All right. Well, hello, podcast fans. I'm excited about what we got here. It's a little bit of unboxing goodness. So what we're going to do is we're going to check out some new gear. The DiscoPosse podcast just got a couple of new pieces of equipment for the studio. So I wanted to walk through what we're going to be using. Today, I'm actually using a pretty simple setup, USB mics for the most part because it's easy to travel with, but it was time to kind of reset. I do have a set of XLR gear using a Tascam, 8 in, 2 out, but I want to get something super simple. This seemed like the right way to go. Price-wise, also a very affordable, so you can actually check out the links. You can actually get all this gear on Amazon. The beginning is I needed an audio interface. So this is very simple, USB 2 in, 2 out. This is an Onyx unit. So the advantage, I looked at a lot of different gear and there was a ton of choices. And let's be honest, you tell me I got the greatest gear or the best gear or the worst gear. Does it work? That's really what matters. So anyways, this was economical. It's going to do what I need it to do. And really, that's all that matters. So with that, there we go. First up, we need an interface because what we're going to do is we're stitching it up. No more straight in USB. Now the next piece is the cloud lifter. Why do I need a cloud lifter? This is a signal boost because we're going straight XLR and because we want to make sure we get a super clear signal. This is probably one of the most popular ones. If you're using something like an SMB7 or the RE20 or the RE320, highly recommended that you give the cloud lifter a run. This is a 1 in, 1 out, so very simple. XLR in, XLR out. No really need to cut it open. We'll put it all together and I'll show you what it looks like in the rig. But this is where the magic happens. Oh, what's inside this magical white box? Well, we're going to find out. So let's actually bust this thing open and see what it's all about. All right. Check it out. Okay. Now, if you're an old school broadcast fan like I am, you may already know what I've got in my hands. This is a little piece of microphone heaven because, look, I love my gear. I've got a Rode Podcaster. It's fantastic. It's great for traveling. I've got a Rode NT USB, also fantastic for travel. And all my podcasts to date have been done on those or an Audio-Technica XLR. So an Audio-Technica 8-2020. There it is. This is the one and only RE20. So let's check out what do we got here. Oh. Okay, there you go. One RE20 cardioid microphone, one carrying case. Super cool. So the Electro Voice RE20 is probably one of the most popular broadcast standards. This is something that people use. They've been using this in broadcast radio for a long time. It's going to have a beautiful dynamic range. Number one, this is a badass looking microphone. It's heavy as hell. So this is definitely not a travel microphone. And also the fact that it's XLR, which means that you got to carry your interface and a bunch of gear around. That's fine if you're ready for that, but for what I need to do, this is going to be my home studio. And anyways, I just want to show this off. We'll actually do a sound test and you can compare notes on what it's like with the RE20 or compare it up against what the Podcaster. And it's funny, if you look at the form factor, Podcaster is actually not that much different, or the Procaster is kind of the upgraded Rode version. Again, both USB, so when you're looking for XLR, it's kind of a bit more old school. As I mentioned, that's why I got the cloud lifter. The cloud lifter, highly recommended because there's a lot of chat amongst a lot of the folks in the groups that you need to do a bit of a boost in order to make sure you get ultimate sound. Now, the beauty of this thing is you can literally just eat this mic. You can get right up on it. So it's designed for easy broadcast. You really can't be wrong with it. That's probably one of the neat things, especially for new podcasters. You want to learn how to use a microphone and really find that right range. So anyways, this is the gear. So this is it, the Electro Voice RE20. Check out the link below and you can actually pick up your own. They've actually gone on sale. They're relative to the SMB. You know, I'm a big fan of Shure for a lot of things. I use Shure in-ear monitors. I have done for years on stage as a guitarist. And I was so close to making the jump and doing the SM7B. If you're a Rogan fan, of course, that's their gear of choice. The cloud lifter you don't see when you're seeing their gear, of course, because it's all back on the board. But for the super simple, this is a purely USB audio interface. And this is actually, so it's branded as Mackie, but it's actually Onyx is the gear. So it's Mackie Electronics behind the scenes. Again, there's a ton of choices, and I wanted to get a non-powered, just straight up USB interface, simple, and it's going to look good. So I'm going to check it out. Let's set it up and hear what this beautiful RE20 sounds like in action. Wow, check that out. There you go. We have our RE20 live in the stand. You can see the way that it's set up. Now, the audio you heard before is actually coming off of this fella. This is actually my handy-dandy GoPro. It's a Hero 8 that I used for the recording. The weird thing I found, which I got to fix, is the sort of aspect ratio and the placement. So apologies if you're watching the unboxing and you say, man, this guy doesn't know how to frame a shot. My bad, my bad. So this is it. This is the Electro Voice RE20. You can also see that if I look at the kit, I've got the 309, so this is the actual mount for it. And it's sitting on a Mica, which is the Yellowtech Mica. Hard to follow that. Anyways, I'll do a full kind of layout of that. If you check out the link actually below, I've got some links to other things. So wherever it is, there, or here, somewhere. But most importantly, if you could do me a favor, hit subscribe and like those things, because then if you get subscribed, we can actually get our name customized on the channel. Part of the problem is all my stuff was over DiscoPosse.com. Now it's over here for the podcast specifically. So you can hear the beauty part about this microphone is it's super responsive for good, like, dynamic sound. But at the same time, it's got a huge advantage because you can really get up on the mic. You can see that you can just literally eat the mic. Normally when you're on like a lot of the USB, the standard cardioid microphones, you're supposed to be, that's right, they always tell you at broadcast school, like stay one fist away from the microphone. When you do that, with this one, it sounds great, but even if you accidentally lean in, this is great for newcomers, so you can just like literally ride right up on it, eat the mic, and it won't clip. It's very, very difficult to get it to clip, which is good. You can mess around with the gain a bit, obviously, because right now I've got it plugged into the Onyx. You can't see it, so it's all plugged in. So again, check out the tour video, and you can see what it looks like in the studio itself, and you can see all the gear that makes up my studio. But this is the sound, the beautiful, soft sound. Welcome to NPR. Or ici Radio-Canada. Bienvenue à CBC. Welcome to CBC Radio. If you've ever heard those classic NPR, those dulcet tones of a good NPR talk radio voice, this is really a big part of how they get that, because it's just a beautiful, beautiful sound. If you got a actual proper radio voice, not like mine, it sounds even better. Now, the cool thing too, check it out. I'm actually like wiggling the hell out of this thing, and you're not going to pick that up. It's very good because it actually has the suspension. So it's got the rubber suspension kit, and then it just you can move it around. You can angle it as you need. So depending on whether you're going to go above or below, you can talk across it. Not as effective. You really want to be talking right into it, and you can hear the difference. Talk across the front, talk from further away, eat the mic. So there's a very noticeable difference in the tones and the depth and the amplitude of volume and audio. You generally will like this one because you can get right up on it. The downside is if you're actually doing a lot of stuff on camera, which luckily, great face for radio, I don't do a lot of camera work. The beauty of using this is that you can get right on it, but if you want it to be on camera, That's, I think, why a lot of people, they like different like physical configurations. I could actually do this thing where I can like tilt it up, and I could do it this way if I wanted to. Again, I'm sort of a fan of the hanging mic, but hey, this might work as well. You see a lot of folks that use the Shure SM7B, another super popular. It's a good high-end mic. It's used by a ton of broadcast folks as well, lots of podcasters, gamers, Twitchers, etc. They like the SM7B. Also needs that cloud lifter or some kind of a preamp. But anyways, that's it. So I hope you enjoyed this. If you want to get links, say like click on the link below, go to the blog, and you can actually literally buy this thing. And if you do, I even get a little bit of jingle. So it's good to help to support the podcast. So with that, folks, hey, this is Eric Wright. Hope you enjoyed the podcast. Check it out, DiscoPossePodcast.com, and I'll hear you or see you on the other side.